So in the last session, we learned about posting to the ledger. So we used the journal entries for James Turbo, which we did in our first session. And then in the last session, we learned how to post and also calculate footings and balances of each account. So our next step is to do the trial balance. So on our next tab here, we have the trial balance. You'll notice all the accounts here, okay? And these are the same accounts that are on the previous page. These are all of our ledger accounts. And they should be done in a particular order, okay? We should have assets first. We should have liabilities second. We should have our equity accounts, which are capital and withdrawals third. Our revenue fourth. And our expenses fifth. Okay, so that's the order you'll see. And normally things are done short-term to long-term. So for example, cash, accounts receivable, prepaid insurance, these are shorter-term assets. The delivery equipment and delivery van, they're longer-term. And we'll learn more about that in subsequent chapters. Same with liabilities. You'll find accounts payable and unearned revenue to be short-term, where the note may be long. Now, what's the purpose of the trial balance? Well, the purpose is to provide a summary of accounts and account balances, but the most important purpose is to verify that total debits equal total credits. Now, on Excel, there's some shortcuts we can use. Now, you can always print out the T accounts and type the numbers in, but why not use some of the shortcuts Excel gives us? So I know that cash has a debit balance, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click up on the debit side in the row for cash, and I'm going to type in equals. That tells Excel that you're starting a formula. And then what I want to do is I want to go back to the Journal and T Accounts tab, and I want to pick up the balance. I'm not picking up the individual footing, only the balance. And then I'm going to press Enter. Okay. I did format it for no decimals because we don't have any change, so it just makes it a little neater. Accounts receivable, same thing. We're going to type in equals. We're going to go to the Journal and T Accounts page. We're going to pick up our accounts receivable balance, not the individual footings. Okay. Prepaid insurance. We only have the one item, so we know that's the balance. Press Enter. Delivery equipment, same thing. There's only one item. We know that that's the balance, so we click on it and we press Enter. Delivery van, same thing. Click on the Journal and T Accounts page. Click on the item. Okay. Again, we only have the one item, so we know that that's the balance. Now, when we get to the liabilities, okay, there's a very good chance that that's a credit balance, and we would expect it to be. So we're going to go over to the credit side, and we're going to go to our Journal and T Accounts page, and we'll pick up our accounts payable balance, okay? Not the individual footings. Unearned revenue, same thing, type in equals. Click on the Journal and T Accounts tab, find the number we want, click on it, press Enter. Note payable, same thing. Equals, and then we click on the Journal and T Accounts tab, and we click on the 20,000, press Enter. Capital, again, press equals. Let's find our capital account. Click on it, press enter. Now withdrawals, we expect that to be a debit. So we're going to put that over in the debit side. We're going to type in equals. We're going to find our balance, which is just the one item in withdrawals. Press enter. Service revenue, we would expect to be a credit because that increases the owner's equity. So we're going to type in equals. We're going to go to Journal and T accounts, and we're going to pick up our balance for service revenue. Press enter. Now the expenses, we expect those to be debits because they're going to reduce the owner's equity. So we're going to type in equals. Find the balance of salaries expense. We can also do rent expense. We can do maintenance expense. And then finally, gas and oil expense. So we can see that we have a summary of each account's balances. Now our goal here, of course, is that debits equal credits. If they don't, then we have a mistake somewhere, and we have to find that. And we'll talk more about finding errors in the trial balance and what kinds of common errors there are at a later time. So let's add up the debit column. Press enter. And we get 86,755. Let's add up the credit side. We get 84,255. So we're off. So let's find out how much we're off and see if that number makes sense to us. 2,500. Okay. So let's see if we have a $2,500 entry. So the best place is to go back to the journal and see if we can find something for 2,500. Okay, we have on the 16th, we have a debit to accounts payable and a credit to cash. So let's check our posting and see if we made a mistake somewhere. So there's the debit to accounts payable. So maybe we didn't post the cash amount. Okay, so let's go up and see. Did we make our posting on the 16th? No, I don't see it. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to fix the cash account. So we can carry this down one. We could just put it at the bottom. So we're going to fix our border here. Okay, and we'll just put it down here so we don't have to redo everything. And then we should put it back in order at a later time, but just to illustrate. Okay, and we're going to put our bottom border here. And we'll fix our side border as well. Okay, so we see that the balance has changed. So we should probably move this just so it doesn't look like this is the balance. Okay, so we could see that we made a posting error. We missed something, very common error. So let's see what the impact on our trial balance is by fixing that. Let's go to the trial balance, and now we're in balance. Okay, so this is the whole point of the trial balance. Okay, that we make sure that debits equal our credits before we move on to the next step. Okay, so you can see that it's very easy to make an error while you're posting, and you can see that having the trial balance is very important because of that. Okay, so yes, it does provide a summary of accounts and account balances, but more importantly, it verifies total debits equal total credits. Thank you very much for your attention.